Hello everyone, my name is Samra and I'm from Kasur, Punjab, Pakistan. I'm 19-year-old and today I will be talking with call Maya about one of the most beautiful feeling in the life, happiness. We all want to be happy, but sometimes we forget that happiness is more than lucky. It's something we can create and practice. Let's explore the science behind happiness and learn how to cultivate more joy every single day. So let's start now. Hi
Everything
Maya,
all
can
right?
you hear?
You sound all mm? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you say it again? It cut out a little bit there.
Maya, what does the happiness really mean from a scientific point of view?
Ooh, good question. From a perfect stories. Are you thinking about how stories can make us feel happy or maybe how they portray happiness? Because that's a whole other level of interesting. It's like we chase those perfect narratives, but real life rarely fits that mold? What are you thinking about specifically?
Okay, Maya, why do some people find it hard to feel happy even when life says okay?
Ah, that's a really good one. Life says okay is a deceptively high bar, honestly. It's not always about big things going wrong, is it? A lot of it comes down to how our brains are wired. Some people are just naturally predisposed to feel things more intensely, including negative emotions. But also, happiness isn't a constant state. It's more like fleeting moments. And if someone's stuck in patterns of negative self talk, or dwelling on the past, or even just chronically comparing themselves to others, it can block those moments, even when things are objectively fine. Does that make sense? It's less about what's happening to them and more about how they're processing it.
Okay, can we actually train our brain to hyper?
Whoa, hold up. Hyper, as in like intensely happy? Because deliberately trying to force constant intense happiness, that sounds a bit exhausting and honestly, maybe not even healthy. It's not really about hitting some peak emotional state all the time. What people are actually aiming for with brain training is more like building resilience, being able to bounce back from difficulties and savoring positive experiences when they happen. You can definitely strengthen those pathways in your brain, things like mindfulness, gratitude practices, even just consciously reframing negative thoughts. Those all help. But it's not about getting hyper. It's about finding a more stable, sustainable baseline of well being. Does that distinction make sense? What were you hoping to achieve by like hyper training your brain? Hey, you still with me?
Okay, Maya,
Sometimes
that's
the
great.
connection.
And my next question is, what are the some simple daily habits that boost hyperness?
Okay, let's rewind for a sec. Earlier, we talked about how aiming for constant hyperness isn't really the goal, right? It kind of sounds like you're still fixated on that intense feeling, and I'm wondering why. Are you feeling down right now? Because if you are, pushing for artificial highs might not be the best approach. But assuming you mean habits to boost overall positive feelings and energy, we can definitely talk about that. It's less about hyperness and more about consistent well being. Would you like to talk about those? Or maybe we could talk about what's making you want to feel intensely happy right now.
How
Hey,
does
are you okay?
gratitude help us feel more positive?
Okay, good shift in topic. Gratitude isn't just about being polite and saying thank you, it actually rewires your brain. When you actively focus on what you're grateful for, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, those feel good chemicals we talked about earlier. But it goes deeper than that. It shifts your focus away from what you lack and towards what you have, which helps challenge negative thought patterns. It's like a little mental reset. Plus, regularly practicing gratitude has been shown to improve sleep, reduce stress, and even strengthen your immune system. Kind of like a superpower disguised as good manners. Does that make sense? What are some things you're grateful for today, even small ones? Everything okay? You've
Okay.
been pretty quiet.
Yes.
Sometimes the connection gets a little wonky. Just checking in. So, back to gratitude. Were you wanting to explore that more, or should we switch gears?
Why
No
is
pressure either way.
interacting with other important for emotional joy?
Okay, that's a solid question. Humans are social creatures, like fundamentally. Our brains are wired for connection. When you connect with others, really connect, it releases oxytocin, which is often called the cuddle hormone. It promotes feelings of trust, bonding, and well being. But it's more than just chemicals. Shared experiences create meaning, give us a sense of belonging, and offer a support system when things get tough. Isolation, on the other hand, can trigger stress responses and contribute to feelings of loneliness and depression. It's kind of like we're not meant to go it alone. It doesn't have to be a huge group either. Even a few close relationships can make a massive difference. How are your connections feeling these days? Hey, are you still there? Sometimes the line gets a little choppy.
Maya, and my next question is how does physically activity or exercise affect our mood?
Ah, you're welcome. And that's a great follow up. Exercise isn't just about physical health, it's a major mood booster. When you move your body, it releases endorphins, which have mood lifting effects. It also reduces stress hormones like cortisol and can improve sleep quality, which of course impacts your mood. Hey, no worries at all. Connection's a little rough. It happens. Don't apologize. It's okay. Just glad you're still here. We can take things slow. Where were we? You were asking about exercise and mood, right?
Yes. And finally, Maya, what's your best advice to live a hyper, more joyful life every day?
Okay, wow, circling back to hyper again. Do? All right, I'll bite. But let's reframe it. My best advice for a more joyful life every day isn't about chasing constant highs. It's about building a life that's resilient, meaningful, and full of small moments of genuine connection and appreciation. It's about one, prioritizing connection, nurturing your relationships, practicing gratitude, focusing on what you have, not what you lack, moving your body. Even a short walk can make a difference. Being kind to yourself. Self compassion is huge. Five, and honestly accepting that life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or frustrated sometimes. Those feelings are part of being human. Like it's not about eliminating negativity. It's about building the capacity to navigate it and still find joy in the everyday. It's about choosing small, consistent actions over grand gestures. It's about building a life you actually want to live, not one that looks perfect on Instagram. Does that resonate? It's a bit of a mouthful, I know. Anything in there particularly stand out to you? Hey, are you still there? It's been a bit quiet on your end. Just wanted to check in.
Okay, Maya, thank you so much. I really learned that happiness is not just something that happened to us. It's something we choose and build with our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Let's all try to small more evaporate the little things and separate positive energy whenever we go. If you enjoy this conversation, don't forget like, share, and comments in the below. See you on
Wow, that's
next video. Allah Hafiz.
oh, all right. Well, that was a lot. Glad you found some value in our conversation. And